We recently got the first new song from Tool in over 10 years, and a few weeks from now, we're going to get the first new album from them. And really, at this point, there is just one major holdout, and that is System of a Down, who also haven't released new music in over 10 years. For crying out loud, we've even got reports that Guns N' Roses are working on new music. So what gives? In a new interview, bassist Shavo Odadjian elaborates on what he thinks the cause might be. Last year, in a statement posted on his Facebook, vocalist Serj Tankian wrote that Malakian wanted to fully control the creative process and also that he was taking a higher share of the royalties. And in a new interview on SiriusXM's Trunk Nation, bassist Shavo Odadjian is responding to those who are wondering why System of a Down hasn't released new music. He said, "We haven't released a record for 12 years. We do play live still, we do tour, not as often as I would like to, but I am blessed for being able to still do it. When we're put together, the four of us, we're not hating on each other. We hang out, we have a great time. It's just, we haven't made music together, which is kind of frustrating, I'll be honest, because I know we can make the bomb music together." Shavo was then asked whether or not there are some unreleased System of a Down songs floating around. He said, "Yeah, there are. No recordings. 2 years ago, we got together, the three of us, minus Serj, because at the time he was doing a lot of solo stuff, and we were like, we don't want to wait around. Let's just get in here and see what we can do." And we got in and wrote about 10 or 11 songs. Darren brought 7 or 8 songs, and I brought 4 or 5 ideas that become songs, and they became songs. Minus Serj's vocals, of course. It was really good. It came out really great. And I hope to one day go back to those and use some of Serj's stuff. I know Serj's got some stuff. Eddie Trunk then pressed Odadjian about why there hasn't been system music. He says, "In my world, man, why it isn't happening is a big question. I think we can get over anything, cause it's not like someone's done anything so horrible that we can't get over it. It ain't anything like that. It's just creative differences that are lasting a little too long for me, for my taste. It's been so long. I don't even remember why we're not able to make new music at this point. I really would love to have done it. Like I said, if it was up to me, we would have never stopped. We would have probably been on our 9th or 10th record by now." We've covered this ad nauseum in the past, and what we gathered was that there appears to be some sort of a financial dispute between, and also a creative dispute between Serj Tankian and Darren Malakian, the guitarist and the singer respectively, and they can't agree on who's going to split the royalties or who's going to have creative control, and it's just been this big mess that the other members of System have sort of been a byproduct of. But really, Serj has acknowledged that he's the main holdout as to why they're not releasing new music. But fortunately, they are playing shows. But again, as Shavo mentioned, it's sparingly. It's not as much as he would like, which is definitely unfortunate because those guys are so talented. They're such great songwriters, and it's not as if they don't have a lot to give to the world still. And fans are going to be ready when they're willing. There's also a lot of money to be made as well. Life is short, life is fragile, and it's just too short to be letting a financial dispute get between the guys. I'm just assuming what has been made public so far. So let's hope the guys in System can get together. Obviously, pretty much everyone wants to do it. I'm sure Serj even wants to do it, but they got to find a way to come to some sort of a compromise, hopefully. But the good news is, despite the business dispute, they are able to remain friends and have mutual respect for one another and still play live. So I don't want to cast too much darkness over this situation. So that is all for now. Thanks so much for joining us here today at Rockfeed. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking hard rock and heavy metal news. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all very soon.